What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Travis Hunter, right? And as you all know, Travis Hunter is out, he's injured. And as you know, and I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was predictable. When you think about asking somebody to play on both sides of the ball, that in my opinion, that's just a lot of wear and tear. That's not, and it's not something that football players normally do. You know, you really, most of the time, majority of the time, players play on one side of the ball. You either, you specialize in either offense or defense, and then you have a position that you want to excel at. And in college, Travis Hunter was able to get away with playing on both sides of the ball because he is an exceptional athlete. Not only that, some of the competition that Travis played against in college, allowed him to do that. People always talk about who they played when he was at Colorado, then who he went up against when he was at Jackson State, right? And so that played a lot into it too. I think he definitely was a 5-star recruit, but I think at one point in time, Travis Hunter was like the number one recruit in the nation, right? So when you put Travis Hunter in a situation, or the number one recruit in a situation where he can just do what he want to do, then he just took advantage of that situation. He was able to play both sides of the ball because of the level of competition that he was facing. But when you get to the NFL, and the game is so physical, and it's taxing mentally and physically, most people knew, that Travis Hunter wasn't going to be able to, to play both sides of the ball like that. And you have a situation like what you have now. Travis, is hurt. Now, do I think that Travis Hunter is a bust? No, definitely not. I think Travis Hunter just has too much talent for him to be a bust. Skip Bayless thinks that, and I kind of agree with Skip Bayless. He thinks that the team let him down. They should have really set Travis Hunter down and told him that they want him to play on one side of the ball. He's going to have to make his mind up what side he wants to do. Because remember, sometimes you'll have a quarterback coming into the league, and they'll be like, "Well, we don't think you're suited to be an NFL quarterback." And they'll change you to whatever position that they think you are suited to. They tried to do that with Lamar Jackson. They said he wouldn't be an NFL quarterback, but he stuck to his guns, and that's that. But at least Lamar wasn't trying to play both sides of the ball. So, and my point is with that, when teams recruit you, coaches and GMs and stuff like that, they know, and they scout you and stuff like that. So they know your skill set, and they know like what it takes to be successful at the next level better than the player that's coming in. So if the player's coming in and he's telling them that he want to play both sides of the ball, they're going to tell him that's not, that's not really a good idea. So that's why, Skip Bayless thinks that the Jaguars failed Travis Hunter in that way, right? So with that being said, I want to play the audio from the show, The Arenas, where the panel was discussing, did the Jaguars let down Travis Hunter?
Season.
Did they what? Did
Fail Travis.
fail him. Yeah. I mean, we've gone round and around about this. He plays cornerback at the level. He would have reached your level at some point, but you have to let him play cornerback first.
Mm-hmm.
And as Dion told me again and again, he can do both. He'll be just fine. Game's a little slower in pro football, so you play every play at cornerback, and you play 50, 60% of the time on offense. Cody would always say, well, then he doesn't get to practice enough, not enough reps on offense. He is so gifted at receiver. you can run some pretty simple routes for him.
Yep.
Just throw it up to him, and he'll figure it out, man, because we saw him figure it out. So, yeah, they were failing him fairly routinely because he ended up playing way more offensive snaps than defensive snaps.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry he's gone. I'm shocked.
Damn, y'all hate he gone because now the Richies and you know what I'm saying, them going to say, hey, I told you he couldn't do it. His body didn't hold up. And
that's the way you are, Jaden Daniels. Same exact way.
You are.
He is. He's the same way.
But
He's a hypocrite.
You're getting called out today by day.
We're talking about Travis Hunter right now.
Okay.
Let's
I just have a
let's have a nice little moment for Travis. This Jaden's we done talking about Jaden. He on the show.
He's on the show. Well, Travis is on the show too.
I know. So I hate that he got hurt because all the guys who said that he couldn't do both ways, he's gonna get hurt, they're gonna feel like they was right now.
Well, I think the people who were saying that he wouldn't be able to play both ways, they are right. You know, I think that they're correct because not that people wanted to see him fail, but he just, you know, like he's not a big guy. He's very fast and he's very elusive, but he's not a big guy. And professional football is just so physical, right? It's taxing on your body, and to be able to, it's hard to survive if you're just a wide receiver in the league. It's hard to survive. But then now you want to go on the other side of the ball and play cornerback, or you want to play safety or something like that. That's that's you asking a lot of somebody who was probably not even 190 pounds, right? I watched Travis one of the preseason games, and he tried to come up and make a tackle on a running back, and the running back was, probably about like 20 or 30 pounds heavier than him coming downhill, and Travis just dove at his feet, and the running back, just kept right on going, right? And once I saw him do that, it just made me think. I was like, coming up and run support in the NFL is a lot different than, doing it at the college level. These guys you talking about, it's just a much more physical game, and you won't be able to get away with just diving at somebody's feet and hoping that you trip them up. That's not going to work at the NFL level. My thing is, I just thought he was more suited for the offensive side of the, just let him be receiver. Although he is not really a great route runner, but he can develop that skill. Just right now, his natural ability, I think, would have been enough just to, just to hold him and keep him in the league until he learns how to play that position. And that's what it's all about, just learning how to play the position. But trying to learn how to play two positions is, I think it's just too much to ask. And not only do I think the Jaguars let him down, I think Deion Sanders let him down, so. But let me get back to some more of, what the panel has to say.
Yeah.
It's going to be a process for him. I was confused as an evaluator what I would put him at. I know he's very gifted at corner, and I saw him make some plays at wide receiver. You got to score points in this league, and he's a guy that can score points for you. However, it is not that easy. Just go out there and say, okay, hey, at 11 o'clock, you go to a DB meeting, and let's go to the walkthrough at wide receiver, and then go back to DB meeting after practice. And, oh, wait, we got a whole bunch of new checks here. Come back to the offense.
No, I understand.
It's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think in time, he's going to be able to probably participate more on both. But when he comes back from this injury, I think they're probably going to really take a hard look and see where they want to actually utilize his skill set the best. And I think that would probably be corner.
Yeah.
Wow. This is this Jay? I think this Jay Gruden. That's Jay Gruden who just spoke, and Jay Gruden thinks that he should be the corner. He should play at corner. I thought he would be best at wide receiver. I'm hoping that Talib, who also on the panel, I hope he give his opinion on what position he think he should play, because I think at cornerback you got to be a little bit more physical than what he is. So I don't know. Let me see.
I believe they failed him in helping him with figuring out who he is. Help him with who is he in his rookie year so he can start working. Keeb had to learn who he was as a corner in the NFL. but he knew he's a corner. So now we can establish how is he going to develop whatever. As a defensive tackle, halfway through the season, I remember with Raheem, I said something in the media of, I don't know, I was brought here to do this, but they got me doing this. And Rob pulled me in his office and said, this is what I want you to do. I don't care what you think you're being coached to do. When he showed me the same tape he showed me before he drafted me, these are the types of guys I want you to be. Be that. That's what you need to give a rookie. So he knows, okay, focus on this. This is what I can do. And they failed him in that because what did Travis Hunter always say? I don't ask no questions. I just do what I'm told. I'm a football player. So if coach say do this, I'm going to do it. If he say do that, I'm going to do it. So now he's, and we know what he is as a.
And see, that's what, like I say, I have seen other guys come to the league, to the NFL, and, they think they might be a cornerback or they want to play cornerback, but they'll put you at safety, and so then you need to focus on that role. And with, again, I like to use Lamar Jackson every once in a while, not to, sometimes you'll get a player who is right about their position, but you don't ever see players say, well, I'm going to play both sides of the ball, because it's just too taxing at that level, physically and mentally. You have to learn both positions. So it's just too taxing. So that's my take on it. I don't think that Travis Hunter is a bust. Definitely not. But I do think once he comes back off of this injury, that he'll have to focus on one side of the ball. Jay Gruden seems to think that he should be a cornerback. I think he should be a wide receiver, but we'll see when he comes back. So with that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.